We got back and ball skills.
Yeah.
First was Fran. Photo gallery was Alexis. And sea games with the lovely Teresa.
Oh, thank you. I've got a good one today.
Yeah, you have.
Brilliant. Well, thanks, Andrew. Right, well, let's get saying how everybody is, shall we? Shall we have the daily check-in? Let's have thumbs up from everybody, or thumbs here, or thumbs down.
Yes, someone else is a good day. Sideways, not too bad, and gang's bag.
Okay.
Can you get thumbs up, like me?
You've had a good day, have you, Andrew?
Yeah, I have.
You look like you have.
Oh,
I cleaned my room this morning.
Lovely and happy.
Yes.
Good.
Oh. That's everybody, literally everybody had thumbs up. That's a
fantastic.
Been lovely seeing Lucas playing some table tennis down outside the club.
Please make sure you, Nick and Alexis, was have a good day. Give us the thumbs up.
Good day, Alexis?
Yeah. Good days. Right. It was lovely to play Serena and Helen this morning, and Chris Jocelyn for the first time, which was brilliant, and Tina, and I saw Lucas turn up. You were playing with Wenway, weren't you, just as I was leaving, so that was lovely. Yeah, fantastic.
I'll get my mother next to me.
Hello. Hi. Andrew did a very good introduction there. He's on it. And I think, Andrew, you'll be pleased. We've got more origami on Friday. I think Tim's mum's coming back on Friday.
Excellent.
You're our resident expert. Oh.
Yes.
Right, I'll see you shortly.
Lovely.
Yes. Thanks, Andrew.
That's okay. I like going origami with Kimmy's mother. Kimmy's mother's amazing.
She is good at it, isn't she?
Yes.
Oh, lovely. Well, Lenora, it is lovely to see you back and having thumbs up. I don't know. Yeah. Do you want to say a little something, Lenora, to everyone? Because I don't know if everybody knows.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I got something to tuberculosis, which was in the stomach. A little bit of the colon gets up, but basically, I went into casualty. I have to go right back. I was playing tennis, and I felt dizzy, and I ended up on the floor outside the court. I had to be picked up by an ambulance crew. I've never been in an ambulance before. And if you want to know what NHS is like, I found out firsthand how wonderful they are. Oh my God. It's just, it's surreal it was, because 1 minute I was playing tennis, next minute I was not very well at all, you know.
Yeah.
And you just realize just how we need each other, you know. No one can live in an island, you know, that like themselves. You need people, and you need love and friends. So I hope everyone's got love in their lives and friends in their life. You know, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Lenora, and it was just so, because obviously Monday we noticed you weren't on the show, and I sent you that funny little text message like I always do, going, oh dear, Lenora, you missed the Daily Show. I bet you were playing tennis, and you know, instead, and then didn't hear back from you. And then obviously Susie let us know, and yeah, thank you so much.
You know, thank you. Thank you.
Oh, Lenora, and it was just so, because obviously Monday we noticed you weren't on the show, and I sent you that funny little text message like I always do, going, oh dear, Lenora, you missed the Daily Show. I bet you were playing tennis, and you know, instead, and then didn't hear back from you. And then obviously Susie let us know, and yeah, thank you so much, Susie, and you know, keeping us up to date. And so pleased to see you back, Lenora.
Oh, bless. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It wasn't the same on Monday without you, so it's good to have you back.
I was thinking about it when I was lying down in the casualty. I actually was thinking, I should be doing something at 5 o'clock.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, bless you. Susie is wonderful, isn't she?
Yeah. Oh, and thanks, Liz, as well. Susie was liaising with Liz, and Liz kept us up to date. So,
thank
yeah.
Everyone
what a lovely
and
thing.
Liz, thank you, darling, and Tim, and you, Teresa. Thank you all your messages. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's good to see you back. Right, well, we better get on, I think, haven't we? So, bat and ball skills. Should we have a quick bat and ball skills, everybody? I saw a couple of people getting Digna got her bat out, her bat case ready. So, Fantastic. Now, Lenora, your excuse from this, if you have to stay sitting down, you can watch today. We don't want okay, so
something. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what I thought we'd do is, we haven't done it for ages. I will. We're going to bouncing up and down, and I'm going to call colours. So it's the colour game. So if I say touch something brown, touch something blue, touch something, you've got to keep bouncing, but touch with your free hand. Okay. And see if you can keep it without dropping the ball. So here we go. Let's get bouncing. Ready. Touch something green. Ooh, manage that. Of course, I'm picking colours I can see. Touch something pink. Ooh. I've got something on my back. If you haven't got anything pink, you're done for. Touch something black. Yeah, I was going to say, you're clever there, Andrew. Yeah, you touched the other side of your back. Very clever, Andrew. Very clever. Touch something yellow. Ooh. Well, then you dropped the ball there. Touch. Tim's just gathering things. I love it. Touch something brown. Touch something brown. My floor. My floor. Well, I'm loving hearing the sound of bats. Okay, touch something grey. See my computer over there. And one more. Touch matter.
No,
A couple of minutes late.
quiz with Fran.
Right.
Thank you. Can you let me share screen, please, Tim?
Of course I can.
Thank you.
I'm so pleased because I went to see Chris on Sunday. I got so many nice things from Chris and Chris
Yeah.
for Heidi. She's so pleased.
So this week's quiz is all about first aid.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
I didn't know what to do a quiz about. So there are 4 questions. As usual, I'm going to ask Tim to put you in breakout rooms.
Yeah.
When I fell over, what did I have on my knee?
Oh.
And what is this?
Ooh.
What is this?
Okay.
And what is this?
Okay.
Oh. So we can have a good little discussion in our breakout rooms about
Breakout room, Fran.
Yes,
Ooh.
please.
4 people in a room?
Yeah.
All right then. How long do we need?
A minute. 2 minutes.
All right then. See.
Oh.
You need to unmute everyone first.
Yeah, done it. See who you get.
Oh,
Susie.
Susie!
And
And
Laura.
Laura! Oh, it's the best room ever.
Yeah.
Oh, can you unmute Susie and Lenora? Will it let you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, lovely.
good.
Lovely.
I just went out to make a cup of tea then.
Ah,
All the questions. I know them. Oh,
I'm drinking green tea.
yeah.
you had green tea in hospital, didn't you?
No, I had a peppermint tea all the time.
They looked after you though, Lenora. That's good.
Oh yeah, they're really good, the nurses.
Yeah.
I just admire them even more, you know. And I was COVID tested yesterday as well. And I'm
Well,
right, okay.
you're all right. So that's good. That's one less thing to
I had to point it out. Yeah.
Yeah, because the nurse said that everyone on your ward was negative.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Susie knew more than me about.
Yeah, well, that's why I phoned up the nurse, because you weren't telling me anything.
I wasn't
But no, you were too dozy. I didn't even know you were on a trip. Anyway.
Well, it's good to see you.
I was actually listening to other people's problems and trying to.
And let me tell you, Fran was the first person to notice that you weren't on there.
Oh, yeah. Fran notices everything.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
well done.
Fran, what did you have on your knee? You had a plaster. Did you have
I did.
plaster? Yeah, right.
What's the second question?
No, the first question was, what was it? A cut?
Was it?
Tomorrow.
Are you?
And we've got the minibus.
We'll just wait for everyone to come. There's still one breakout room. You're going to Marwell in the minibus, are you? That sounds
Yeah, we got a minibus.
Nice. Teresa. Sorry, Teresa.
Nice. I've had Dee and Liz in mine, and it was amazing.
What a group.
I had Pippa
And,
and Digna.
It was plaster that I had on my knee, a bandage, antiseptic cream, and scissors were the pictures.
All good. Oh, brilliant.
There you go, all topsy-turvy. Next, we've got the handsome Alexis and gorgeous Nikki for the photo gallery.
I be gorgeous, and my community is challenged by lockdown hair.
Can you see the family resemblance?
Great work, photographers. I set you a difficult challenge this week and you've risen to it immensely. We have 14 participants and I'll be showcasing in the following categories: impact, composition and story.
Ready?
Yeah. Right, this is Pippa. I think this is really, really strong. Is it a sort of family group or a sort of market traders? I couldn't quite work it out in a car park, but I love the way it's framed with the fence sort of going across in the middle.
It's the guys who meet up and swim every morning early.
Oh, right, okay.
They swim around the same time as me, and they just have a little hubbub afterwards. And I just love the fact that they're all half dressed and fully dressed, and there's a guy changing in the background. Can you see by his car?
Oh yeah, look.
And you'd be very proud, Alexis, because I actually asked their permission before I took the photo, so I plucked up the courage.
Yeah, I think what comes out of it this week is very much, you know, how difficult it is to photograph if you have done other people, because it is a very uncomfortable feeling, isn't it? And I still struggle, but have got used to it, because you do feel that you're sort of impinging on people's rights. But generally, I should say not always, people, if you explain, will be sympathetic to what you're sort of trying to achieve, but not always. I've been called a few fair names in my time, so I think it is important to try and explain what you're doing. So you did exactly the right thing, I think. My only thing with this picture is I would actually, although it frames it really well, I would like to have seen it inside the fence as well. Do you see what I mean? Just to, you know, get perhaps, you know, the shivering and the faces. I know that's really hard because stepping in even closer is an even bolder step. But I think this is a picture, and is it down by the King Alfred Centre?
That's where.
Yeah. It's a really, really strong shot, and I think it works really well in black and white as well. So I think you should be, you know, really pleased with this. I think this is probably the hardest subject I've set so far, because of that stepping towards people and asking. It's a tough one. Oh, the community of seagulls, something we're never short of in Brighton. But what I love about this, Helen, is the way that the path leads up to the seagulls, goes into each corner, and this is really strong. And it almost looks like one of the seagulls is on the sign. And then you have Tim's favourite shop in the background, Mulberry's.
You know why that picture's very entertaining, Helen? It's because one of the residents from Hampshire Court has been throwing chicken carcasses out to the seagulls. I think that must be. I was there yesterday, and similar scene. But yeah, it's a good community shot.
Yeah, definitely a good community shot. You got the hand in hand in the background. You got the seagulls. I think it really tells a really good story. Or again, I know it might have been difficult, but perhaps stepping in even closer to them would have made the shot, although they're right in the middle. So I think this is really strong. And I mean, you know, they're sort of our best and worst friends in Brighton, aren't they? So it's a really interesting shot. And I know it's near the tables as well. So you've got that sort of nice feeling that just behind there, you know, people are playing table tennis, well, hopefully. So yeah, and the colours are gorgeous as well, with the colour of the pub and the grey of Mulberry's and the red of the sign. So yeah, I think this is really, really good. So well done, Helen. Lucy, I think this is really strong. It's very Andy Warhol and you know, sort of pop art. But I think this is lovely. You know, the repetition really works in this shot, in the different colours. and it has tremendous impact. And the glasses with the reflections on. So Lucy, I think this is it's got great impact. So you should be really proud of this. Serena, are they socially distanced? I don't know. Almost. I don't know why I'm putting on my nerdy voice.
They're probably a family.
Yeah, they're probably. It's a big family, isn't it? But I really like the angle that you shot this from. Obviously, I think when you sent it, you said that you had to step on something to photograph it from above. So it really works, and it just makes you think of. Again, it's another lockdown tale, isn't it? Of what we're missing, what we're allowed to do, what are we allowed to do. I think, and the composition is almost reminds me of sort of the Knights of the Round Table or something like that. Yeah, I really like this, and just imagine the fun and the conversation that's being had as well. So a lovely shot, really good shot. Digna's shot, the community of well, it's from the allotments, but I chose this one out of the two that you sent because I just think that the sunflowers are almost looking at us. The community of the sunflowers, the community of allotments, something that really important to lots of people. I think that it's a bit. Sorry. Oops. Sorry. It's a beautiful shot. Again, I would say that perhaps it could have been helped by stepping in even closer. I know there's a great big bush in the way, so I don't know how you would have done that. But I love the idea of the three sort of sunflowers just staring into the lens. They are right in the middle, and look like almost like it's like a band shot almost, isn't it? With the gorgeous sky behind. The greys against the yellow really works. So yeah, I really like this shot. Fran, this is such a brave departure to how you normally photograph. Is it Tilgate Park? Yeah, where you go and it means a lot to you. You've got the fence in the corner.
It is Tilgate Park.
Is that Crawley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, let's hear about the park from Fran.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happened was we were going to go somewhere, but we couldn't, so we went here instead. And it's got animals, but the animals were closed, and we didn't go to cafe. We just walked around, and I thought, I know what, I'll take a picture of this.
Oh, it's lovely. It really.
Thank you.
It really sort of helps you to imagine the trail, the communities that use the park. The way you've got half the sign and half the kind of foliage, the leaves and the grasses around. So I really like this because it tells what you're allowed to do. What as you're saying, that the animals you can't see, but you can still go for a walk. So it tells a lovely story. So really well done, Fran. And as I said, a really brave departure for you. You're just getting better and better. Jez, I love the net stretching into the net halfway through. I don't know if Jez is watching. And the players at the end. I think it's tennis players, isn't it? Well, it is tennis players. It's obvious. It's a tennis net. Sorry. And this is the world's largest table tennis net. It's what I would like to have seen in this picture is the faces of the tennis players. I think. I really like the angle of the net and the shadows of the net that it casts. But I would like to have seen Jez be a bit braver here and going closer and maybe get the players gathered around the net, because I mean they don't have to socially distance if they're playing tennis, do they? They do. Okay, I don't know, but I'd love to be able to see their faces as well. But I really still like the angle, the shadows. So there's lots of things that we've sort of gone over the weeks in this shot. But that's the only thing I would say in its sort of against this photo. It would been I'd love to have seen some closer of people, but I do think it's a really arresting image with the net coming right into the front of the lens.
Are you suggesting that people now have courage and start asking groups to pose to get?
Yeah, I think that people are quite amenable, especially if you know them, to having their pictures taken. I mean, there's always one person who will say, "Oh no, I don't want my picture taken," but I think generally people don't mind, and I think people also are happy to get out as well. It would have been two people one side to the net, two people to the other, or something like that. But like the brilliant band shot that you did, Teresa, of Susie Quattro, it would have been even stronger. But it's still a lovely strong shot.
On the level last week, Alexis had all the good gym people stand up on the table. That was good.
Were they socially distanced enough?
Yeah, they were. They all spread out. But you were brilliant at just saying, right, come on, I don't want you to take a photo of you picking up rubbish off the floor. 2 on the table, 2 at each end.
1 in the middle, yeah.
Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, as I said, people generally, if you've got an idea, will help you. It's just you do have to be prepared to take the rough with the smooth, and sometimes I'll just say no. And you have to accept that. But it's surprising how people still love having their photograph taken sometimes. Like this chap here, yeah. This is
I love this guy.
This is from Lenora last week, where and we're showing it this week, and I think this is a gorgeous shot. The cowboy hat, the Stetson, his ample girth. The colours in the palette, what he's painted. I think this is such a happy shot, and really, really well composed as well. I think the composition is fantastic because you've got everything in there that tells the story, and yet the composition as well. You can still see most of the picture. It's in the middle. The colours are vibrant. Again, this is a shot that works in colour. It wouldn't have been nearly as good in black and white, and I know that's a shock for you all to hear. And I love this. I think the composition on this is amazing, and also the fact that just in the corner you've got his name as well on the board. So compositionally, I think this is really, really strong. Teresa, this just makes you want to be back in the club, doesn't it? It's lovely. Everyone with their medals. Some, all the different faces. Some people looking happy. The rather glum chap on the end there. And then the
girls. They're all girls.
Oh, sorry. Oh, okay.
He hasn't got his glasses
I haven't got my glasses on, actually.
This was before lockdown.
Before lockdown, the Brighton table tennis sign. Again, Teresa, I would say that you don't need all the foreground that you've got.
No.
You could have got closer and shot it on landscape rather than portrait. I think it would have been even stronger. I mean, it is strong because the table sort of comes into the corners, but if you could have got up higher, and stood on the table, even like I do sometimes, or on a chair, and just had sort of half the front part of the table that's not been using, then it would have been even stronger. But I mean, this is a gorgeous shot, isn't it? It could almost be the cover of the annual report, Tim.
Yeah, really good. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
you're talking yourself out of a job.
Yeah, I am talking myself out of a job. I love this. I love this, Teresa. So really well done. Chris, I like this because it's really brave. Because what you've got here is you've got the suggestion of community. Is this the house where you live?
Yeah, I'm right here. This building is near to this house. It's a building with the sun and the blue sky, bright clouds, and I thought of taking that was just in spotlight of the tickets, and it shows a good background, and I thought to take that shot was going to please me, and I thought that is just the diamond of the day.
Oh, well, it's brilliant because it gives a sense of community. You wonder what's going on in the house. You've got the starburst behind in the sky. Sunburst, not starburst, sorry. Yeah, I just think it shows that you can suggest community without having people in it if you want to, the community. Yeah. So I think it's really brave again.
Yeah, thank you.
So, yeah, we're really well done.
Thank you so much, and I just hope from everyone that I'm so grateful for Alexis for naming me his photography partner. Thank you so much.
Absolute pleasure. Susie, now, Susie, I'd really like to know the story. Is this at the Chattery?
Yeah. Susie can unmute herself.
Is Susie around?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Chattery.
Yeah.
I did quite a lot of pictures and videos as well. And I was going through all my pictures and videos I've done for them. And this one was coming up. And it was quite difficult to get because everyone was scrambling around. But I managed to hide behind something to do this one.
Yeah.
And that's how I managed to get the straightforward bit, because it's quite hard to do that in the Chattery because there's too many people around.
But it's a really strong shot. Obviously, you've caught them in a dramatic pose. You've got the blue turban right in the middle, which is really strong. The down stretching behind. Very difficult light by the looks of it. It looks like it's at midday, so you've got really strong shadows, but you managed to keep some detail in their faces. There's all the medals on show. It's a bit competitive, isn't it? Who's got the most medals?
The guy in the middle, his relative was one of the commanders of the Indian part of the army.
Yeah.
And I think it was his great grandfather or grandfather. I can't remember. I had a talk with him after, but he had the most amazing stories to tell.
Yeah.
They all do. It's amazing. There's a book which I've got, a big thick book about the Chattery and the stories behind some of the Indian soldiers and letters and whatever. And it's just incredible. It's an incredible journey. So I like to go up there. I love the Chattery anyway. And you can drive up there because I can't walk up there anymore. I used to walk up there. But, you can drive up there on one of these special days. And this is one of them.
Oh, it's a really, really strong photo, and it makes me want to revisit the Chattery as well. I haven't been there for absolutely years and years and years. I did try and find it once, and very unsuccessfully. And then I just sort of stumbled across it, and it's really humbling to go there. So it's a great shot. So,
and I know what you mean about losing it, because there's several times I've been up there and not managed to find the Chattery.
Yeah. No, it's really strong. Well done.
Thank you.
This is Pete's, and I think this is a lockdown story photograph. This is Serena back with her parents for the first time since lockdown. You've got the social distance. You've got a beautiful sky. The houses behind sort of suggesting some kind of back to normality. Everyone's got their arms outstretched, with love, and also with sort of suggesting social distance. I think this is, I could see this in a magazine as a sort of, one of those pictures that you see of kind of, of stories of lockdown and afterwards, or whatever stage we're at now. I can't quite work it out. But it's brilliant, and it's really well shot as well, with Serena right in the middle, and the people on the outside. I think this is brilliant. It'd be great to hear from Pete, but he's not on the call, is he? Is Serena there?
Serena's here. Yeah.
Hello. Hi. Unfortunately, he was playing tennis, but I was telling him where to stand. But yes, yeah, he spaced the chairs out and everything. He got us all sitting.
Yeah, I think
it's at Mum's place.
Yeah, I think this is so. It's a kind of a joint effort, really, isn't it?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, no, and the simplicity of it as well really, really works.
Yeah, it's great sky that day.
Yeah, really good
brilliant
sky.
Like 2 days in a row.
No, it's lovely. I think this is Mr. Tim. And I think Brandon's sticking his tongue out. What I like about this is in the background, you've got a dog having a poo with the "pick up your dog mess" written on the wall. It makes you want to be down at the club. I just, yeah, I really like this as you know, compositionally and story wise. I don't know, I can't work out who that's in the chair in the foreground.
Brandon, Lucas, and
Oh, it's
Jonathan
Lucas.
Fortune. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like, and the sky again is wonderful. So Tim, this is great, and it's given me an idea for the annual report as well. So really well done on that one.
Excellent.
Does it involve a dog?
It doesn't involve a dog having a poo, no.
It's such a good atmosphere outside the club.
The shots that best fit the categories this week are impact. Lucy.
Yay.
I think this is really, really strong. As I said, very sort of pop art, Andy Warhol with the repetition. A lot of love involved in this picture. So is it possible to hear from Lucy?
Yeah. It took me a while to do this, but I remember doing it. I had to make sure I wasn't on video for this one. I had to do picture, and I had to do it quickly for it. The animation changes, and I had to make sure I position it, because I'm not very good at selfie pic. Well, I wasn't very, at the time. I wasn't very good at selfie pictures, and I had to try and angle it really well. You remember that, don't you?
I just think this has got so much love in the picture. I think it's really, really strong. I love it. You know, the warmth that it kind of exudes is fantastic. So I just think really well done, Lucy.
I like the sunglasses reflection as well.
Yeah. Really cool.
It's kind of reflecting the Doctor Who people there as well in the sunglasses. Some of my favourite ones as well.
Composition. Lenora. I think this is just, I think this is really happy and strong. Can we hear from Lenora, actually?
Thank you, Alexis. Yeah, I mean, this guy was such a warm guy, you know. He was bubbling and he was flamboyant. And I thought, whoa, can I capture that? And, you know, he lives nearby, and he always is around somewhere around Palmyra Square, just a different angle of the community, you know. What a difference this guy's made. A lot of people come up and they just feel so good, you know.
Yeah.
Great guy, this guy.
And did you sort of engage and ask, or?
Oh yeah. I said, Paolo, would you like me to take a picture? And I'll send you a copy. You know, and he let me take about half a dozen. There's a couple of really good ones as well, but I think that pose was the one I was really wanting, you know. He's proud, rightly so, because he's brilliant. It just looks like a smile on a canvas.
Yeah, oh, that's really well put. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I just, you know, the composition is perfect, you know, because you've got him just in front of his painting, but you know, only a little, so you can see all the painting, the palette, his sign, his hat frames him perfectly. I think you should be really, really super proud of this.
Thank you, Alexis.
Yeah. And story, this is going to cause arguments in the Serena household, is Pete. I think this is such a great lockdown photograph, and tells such a gorgeous story. Can we hear from Serena a bit again about what you?
Yes, I will tell him that he's another winner. All the photos were amazing this week, and the winners. Yes, yeah, it's great being there. My mum is a real gardener, so she does all the flowers and everything. They've actually split the garden in half. My mum and my sister and her sister live together, so do one half the other, and my auntie Doreen does the lawn. Yeah, it's nice to see everyone. Yeah.
And again, it's another photo that really makes you smile. There's so much happiness there, and you can feel the warmth of the sun. I don't know. Yeah, I really, really like this.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's a great day. Then we had to go in for shepherd's pie because they couldn't eat outside with all the flying ants. But that's all right.
So next week's theme is Flash.
Ooh.
I know.
Now you better explain this just in case this goes wrong.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. yeah. Not that kind of flash then. Yeah, so it's I'd like people to, if they can, and I think most phones, if not all phones, have a flash setting on them, is to take a photo using flash, and it can be in the day. So say you're backlit with the sun behind you, you can use flash from the front to sort of fill in the light if it's sort of the person's too silhouetted. So it can be in the day or during the night. Obviously we'll go over this on Friday. And you can try and get some interesting effects with the flash. This is a photograph of Nikki's cat Milo, and I just used the flash on top of a small flash on top of a camera, and it's kind of made him look really sort of spooky and otherworldly. So it's taken all the detail away and darkened up the background, and so just these sort of strange eyes peering through, and the white of his ears and the white of his ruff. And I think I'd really like to get people, I suppose the idea behind this is to get people to be using different aspects of their phone or the camera if they're using a camera. But any problems, obviously, get back to me. But yeah, flash. Yeah, savour of the universe.
Can I just say, Teresa, did you get any mail from Rio or anyone?
No, nothing back. That was amazing, Nikki, Alexis.
Well done, everybody.
Yeah, well done, and well done, everybody, as well.
Thanks very much. I love that.
Brilliant.
Well, nice community. Thanks, Alexis. Thank you, Nikki. What's next, Teresa?
Well, is Chris, are you there, or are you doing something else? Do you want to say what's next?
Yeah.
Ireland.
Oh, fish and chips, England.
I thought it was a caber. That's why I said Scotland.
Oh no, that's not chips.
Come on, Teresa, you can do it.
It's
pasta. Italy. It's pasta. It's pasta.
And look, that's the pizza. That's the Leaning
Wellington.
Tower of Pisa.
I thought that was maybe.
That was rubbish.
Italian.
Are you ready for another one?
Are you ready?
This is going to go wrong.
Believe in yourself, Teresa.
Did you know
Catalonia.
Cat.
Greece. There's lots of stray cats there.
Spain.
The pig.
Wales.
Bull.
Oh, did someone say? What did you say?
Spain.
I said
Matador. Bull
Spain.
fighting.
You said Spain.
Yeah, bullfighting.
Oh no, I can see it.
Okay, here we go. Another one. Here we go. Oh, I feel like this is going to go wrong.
Come on, have faith in yourself.
UK. That's a soldier.
No, it's not.
Germany.
bloody wine.
It's the Taj Mahal. No,
Scotland.
Statue of Liberty.
Yes, it's the same.
France. Is it France?
Yeah, USA. It was Susie was right.
Oh,
It was
Susie.
statue.
Sorry.
even Leo's laughing.
I recognise the justice.
Okay.
Did you know that I'm half
Shall I
Italian?
do one more? One
Teresa,
more.
you should be an entertainer, Teresa. You can get money out of this.
Oh,
China.
Handbag.
Hamburg.
And bye.
It's a lie.
There's a lamb.
Scotland.
yeah, who said Scotland?
Oh, is it clear? Is that on the end of the north?
Newcastle. The angel of the north.
No.
Brazil.
My hometown. No.
Ireland.
Brazil.
Oh, Brazil.
Brazil.
Christ the Redeemer.
Oh, I thought
Music on there, guys. Music.
You actually.
Oh, yeah, just music left to go. Just a reminder, though, to say, and Susie reminded me this the other day, don't forget, Susie does record the shows and puts them on YouTube. And I know Susie said the other day, there's not been many views, so do have a little look.
I thought you were going to tell me off my comment.
Because Susie puts a lot of work into that. So,
You've only got about 100 shows to look at.
yeah, exactly.
What is useful, Susie, what is really useful is that it's all on YouTube and it's documented, you know, it's like a social documentation forever. And we've asked someone to make 100-second highlights reel, 100 daily shows. Nice. So that should be, you know, and that wouldn't have been possible if you hadn't done all the recording. So,
so
we're going to pick out the best moments and try to get as many of them as possible.
Please, can it have some of Teresa's drawing in it? Please, can it have some of your drawing? So much fun.
Before we move on, what's in the show on Friday, Teresa?
What's on the show Friday? Well, we've got Nikki and Alexis with the tips, haven't we? What
origami.
Else? Origami. We've got Fran's doing your cooking. You're doing your jelly, aren't you?
Yeah. And also Friday's first address is Toy Story, the theme, and we're going to dress up as characters from Toy Story.
You got me.
You got me. The song, and today we've got a fabulous song for you for tonight. And until Friday, I guess I hand over to Tim. With a little help from our friends from the Beatles.
All right, yeah, nice.
That's a nice one, Chris. Oh, Chris, lovely. That's a lovely theme for you, Chris. And but if other people do want to just know any fancy dress, then please do. But I love that, the Toy Story. That's a great idea. I might see if I can dress up as a